Greetings, CYBERDOGs and citizens of the internet. This is RENDOG coming at you in the final episode from this Let's Play Minecraft Survival series. Jeez, it's been so hard to start this video, guys. This must be the 16th or the 17th time that I'm starting to record this introduction. I've got such a heavy heart today because this is going to be the last time that I record from this world. And it's going to be kind of hard for me to get through it, man. Jeez, give me one moment. Yeah, it's about time that we make a decision what happens to this Minecraft Survival series, guys, because we've been going since 2012. April 23rd was the first episode of this Minecraft Survival series. It started right here. There was a lonely cow. There was a cave with a spider. And, well, the rest of the time from then was a time that would not only transform my YouTube channel, but would transform my life. And today, I want to pay homage to what has been one of the most amazing experiences of my entire life. Oh, jeez. So anyway, guys, sit back and relax. I hope you have a tasty beverage and a crunchy ass snack for the last time in this world. It's time to play some Minecraft freaking survival. April 23rd, 2012. The first episode of this series was uploaded to youtube.com/rendog. And when I recorded and uploaded that episode, guys, I never could have imagined that 5 years later, that episode would have 1.4 million views and that my channel would be over 180,000 subscribers. The first episode I recorded at about 5:30 in the morning, just before I went to work. I edited it, I rendered it, I uploaded it to YouTube, and I couldn't wait to get home to set the video live and to see what would happen if anybody would watch this weird South African guy called RENDOG playing Minecraft. And it turns out that it was one of the best decisions that I ever made, because that video transformed my life. It made me into the person that I am today. This series has made me into the person that I am today. And it's absolutely amazing to me when I think back to all the work that went into the series and all the amazing amount of support that you guys have been giving me over the last 5 years here on YouTube. It has been truly an incredible journey. This is where we started, right here. We spawned somewhere around here. There was a lonely cow on top of a tree. There was a spider in a cave. And we were completely lost. I was an absolute noob. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know how to play Minecraft. I was a Terraria player. In fact, I thought that Minecraft was a copy of Terraria. I had very low doubts for the game. I didn't think it was going to be very good. But I was instantly hooked from the moment that I started playing. And 5 years later, I'm still playing. And I'm probably going to be playing Minecraft for the next 5 years, 10 years, who knows? Maybe until I'm an old freaking man in a rocking chair. I don't know. But it's pretty crazy to think, guys, that 435 episodes of this series have been produced. And if we try and sort of work out how much time that has taken, it's actually kind of mind-blowing. Let's say, conservatively, it took me on average an hour to record and to produce an episode of Minecraft Survival in this series. That means that I would have produced over 4,350 hours worth of content in this series. And that is a very conservative estimate. I mean, usually it would take me an hour to record and then another hour or so to edit and render and upload to YouTube. So more accurately, I've probably spent over 8,000 hours producing this series, which is pretty unbelievable. I mean, that is just an insane amount of time. Kind of blows my mind when I think about it. But it truly has been an amazing journey. Now, today, we've got one final thing to do, a very important thing to do. Something that we cannot not do before ending this series. And today we are going to be finishing the construction of Granny Dog's monument. One of the things that, well, was one of the highlights for me in this series. One of the things that kept me going, one of the things that gave me all the inspiration that I needed to become a YouTuber and to be a full-time YouTuber, which I am now. And we're going to be finishing Granny Dog's Monument today. I have spent the last couple of days in this world at the Mesa biome that we found in Season 5, mining a ridiculous amount of gold. And I've managed to get enough gold now that we can actually finish Granny Dog's Monument today as the final thing that we're going to do in this series. I also want to spend a lot of time today talking about why this series is going to come to an end. I've been thinking about this for months now. Probably half a year. I've been trying to work out exactly why I have not been playing on this world. Why I haven't been recording in this world. Why I didn't want to carry on playing in this world. And for the last few months, there's been many, many reasons, many, many excuses, many, many explanations as to why I haven't been playing in this world. But very recently, I have come to a very important realization about why I don't want to play in the series anymore and why I want to stop this series. And I want to tell you guys about that today. So this giant, janky-ass cobblestone castle is what we've been calling home here on this Minecraft survival series for a good 5 years now. I mean, by today's Minecraft standards, this is a pretty janky build, let's be honest with ourselves, but there's a certain charm to it, a certain je ne sais quoi that I really, really like, and I will always remember this place for the rest of my life. I absolutely love it. We started with a room overlooking a giant jungle over here, which we eventually transformed into something called Mole City, which is, well, a pretty cool place. It's got apartment buildings, it's got a lumberjack, it's got a mushroom called Big Mac, it's got a shopping center, it's got a monument, a villager spawner, a holiday house, it's got a greenhouse. It's got a whole bunch of cool stuff in this city, and this is what we've been building up over the last 435 episodes. Turned out pretty cool, I think. Pretty cool. I absolutely love it, man. But yeah, this is the place that we first called our home. This is where we started, all the way back in 2012, and this is what Minecraft used to look like, guys, back in the day, before Hermitcraft, before Minecraft, before any of those things that transformed Minecraft into what it is today. This is what Minecraft in 2012 looked like, and I guess that's one of the reasons why I sort of lost inspiration in this world. I had lots of ideas about transforming this castle into a much more modern look, into something that was much more akin to my build style of today, much more advanced use of block variation and so on, but I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep the castle in its original state, you know. It's almost like this is like a painting, like an old painting or something, right? From the 18th frickin' century, a painting that we could transform with a new lick of paint. We could get some neons in there, we could get it looking really good. But I think I would personally like to preserve it as it is. Because this is our original storage room. This is our original crafting table. All the way back from 2012, 2013. This is where we've been storing junk for all of that time. And you know what's crazy? I think I actually have some blocks from beta. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, there they are. Look at this. Wooden slabs from all the way... I don't think it was beta. I think it was Minecraft 1.3 or something. These blocks are actually broken because they're so old, which is pretty freaking crazy. I mean, I've even got Rambo the Second, which has got mending and infinity on it. And this is a bow, of course, that you can't make in Minecraft anymore. And I think it's kind of cool that, I don't know, a little bit of history has been preserved here in this series, hasn't it? This series has preserved a sort of period of Minecraft that no longer exists. And I think that's kind of cool. There's something about that I really like. And that's something that I'd like to preserve. And that's one of the reasons why I don't really want to carry on playing in this world. I kind of just want to leave it as it is, but that's just one of the very many reasons why I don't want to play on this world. One of the primary reasons that I want to stop playing in this world is that I'm starting to have some pretty bad technical issues here in this survival world. I hope that it doesn't actually start happening in this particular episode, but every now and then randomly my frames will drop to about 1 frame a second, and I actually have to restart the entire game. Sometimes I even have to restart my computer to carry on playing in the world, and it's making it really, really hard for me to play on this particular Minecraft world. And the more that I play on it, the more that I fear that chunks are getting corrupted, that the files are getting corrupted, that something is breaking here in this world, and I don't really want to play anymore, because it might come to a point where the whole thing breaks and I can no longer log in. But that's not the primary reason why I want to stop playing on this world. You know, technical issues can, of course, always be sorted. There's probably a really smart person out there who could fix my problems, who could figure out what's going on, who could find a solution for the technical issues. And, you know, to be honest, it's just an excuse, isn't it? I've had a lot of other excuses that have been going through my mind over the last few months as to why I don't want to play in the series anymore. Many, many, many excuses, many reasons why, ranging from, you know, I wanted to focus on Hermitcraft. I wanted to grow my channel before I started playing more survival. You know, I felt like at one point I felt like this world was, you know, a little bit out of date, I suppose, for my new style of building. You know, this was all sort of out of date building, and I'm a much better builder now than I was back then, and I didn't want to come back here because, you know, everything just looked a little bit bad to me. You know, other excuses were the texture pack. We of course used John Smith in this series, and I was you know, I was kind of like, I've kind of fallen in love with the vanilla texture pack, and when I come back to John Smith, I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same anymore. I just don't have the same sort of, I don't know, like love for what I'm looking at. I personally feel like the vanilla texture pack is actually much more beautiful than John Smith now. I never used to think that way, but I do now. And, you know, coming back to John Smith is kind of hard for me. And of course, that could be easily resolved because we could just start playing the series in vanilla. And one of the first ideas that I had when I was thinking about stopping the series is, well, why don't we just get rid of the John Smith texture pack, start playing in vanilla, and then we could transform this place into more of a vanilla look, right? So let's try that now. Like, let's get rid of John Smith over here, and let's have a look at what the world might look like in vanilla. This was one of my original plans to continue the series, right? I wanted to do this, get into vanilla Minecraft, and then start transforming the place into my current build style, right? Making everything look really awesome in vanilla. But I mean, just look at this place. It looks absolutely terrible, doesn't it, in vanilla? Oh my goodness. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but it's not exactly beautiful. Let's just put it that way. So that was a sort of an idea and a thought that sort of quickly passed because, yeah, I just don't think that it's going to be worth doing. On top of that, you know, what I would be doing, as I was saying earlier, is sort of painting over the painting, so to speak, ruining the painting that already existed, and I didn't really want to do that. So let's get back to John Smith though, because geez, that is just looking absolutely awful, isn't it? Let's just get our texture pack back over here before we lose our minds. So yeah, there were a lot of reasons going through my mind as to why I wanted to stop this series. Lots of different reasons and different explanations, and to be honest with you, the majority of them were just excuses. I have been really enjoying my time in Hermitcraft. I've been playing a lot of Hermitcraft, obviously. I'm into my second season of Hermitcraft, and Hermitcraft has really transformed my life too. It's made me into a brand new YouTuber. It's made me into a brand new person. It's given me the opportunity to follow my dreams, much more than this series ever did. Even though, you know, of course, on our first episode, we've got, you know, millions of views, and the series itself has millions and millions of views to date. Let's just fix this over here. This series wasn't enough to, you know, to take me into full-time YouTube, and Hermitcraft is really what took me into becoming a full-time YouTuber. And I just wanted to make sure, I suppose, over the last year or so, that I gave all my energy to that, to sort of carry on with this dream, to be able to play Minecraft for a living for as long as possible. And you know, that's just another excuse, though, isn't it? It's just another excuse to not be playing on the world. So for the last couple of months, I've really been racking my brain, trying to figure out the real reason why I want to stop this series. And, well, I came to a pretty crazy realization a couple of weeks ago about this. And I want to talk about it with you guys today because I think it's really, really important. One of the things I think that sets this series apart from a lot of other Minecraft survival series on YouTube is the personal nature of it. I never really realized how personal this series was until I've started really thinking about it, and until I started rewatching the episodes. This year, I watched the whole of season 1, believe it or not. I was trying to find inspiration to get back in the world, and I thought, well, let's watch the series again, right? Like, let's watch the series. Let's see what happens. Let's figure it out. Like, maybe you can get inspiration back from watching it. But watching the series over again made me realize how ridiculously emotionally invested I am and was in this series. I mean, this series was never about Minecraft, really. It was about me. It was about my life. It was about you and I going on a journey, wasn't it? It was about you and I. I want to go to... We've got a lot of stops here. This is Grand Molehill Station over here, by the way. Let's go to... let's go to Silkumgang Island. Yeah, let's go to Silkumgang Island. Haven't seen that for a while. But yeah, you know, there was like... Oh. Yeah, this is all blocked off. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so anyway, you know, this series was it was deeply ingrained within me. Let's put it that way, right? And we should probably get out of the minecart to break this a little bit quicker. This series was never about Minecraft, was it? It was never about playing the game of Minecraft, so to speak. I actually want to go take a look at the graveyard first. Yeah, I think that, you know, Minecraft was obviously a huge part of the series, but first and foremost, it was a series about escaping reality, about spending some time away from our everyday lives, you and me together, escaping and building something that wasn't real life. And I took that really, really seriously while I was producing this series. And I went through some really difficult times during the production of this series, probably the hardest times of my life, in fact. And this series was the place where I escaped to get away from what was going on in my life. Every time I sat down in my computer and started recording and, you know, uploading the videos to YouTube and seeing you guys commenting and watching my channel grow, it was a way to take me out of my own reality. And for that reason, I became very emotionally attached to the series. And not only that, I gave so much of myself into the series. I told you guys everything. You know, I often get comments on this series in particular from people who say things like, Ren, I've never met you, but I feel like I've known you my whole life. And I used to read those comments and think, how is that possible? How can someone feel like that about somebody who is just a voice on YouTube? And I realized that the reason that you guys feel that way is because I gave you guys everything in this series. I gave you guys a window into my life and into my soul and into what was going on in my life. And I guess, in a way, this series was kind of therapy for me, I suppose. It was kind of a way for me to get through all of the stuff that I was going through, and it did get me through it, you know. I mean, look at, you know, I'm the happiest that I've ever been on this very day that I'm recording this episode. Even though I'm incredibly sad right now, I haven't felt this happy in a very long time, and a lot of that is to do with you guys and with YouTube, of course. Now, being so emotionally invested in this series and giving so much of myself into the series resulted in something that I think is the primary reason why I want to stop this series. And that's what I want to talk about today. Let's put all the other excuses aside. You know, all of that other nonsense doesn't mean anything. The series has been going really long. I'm bored. I don't have inspiration, etc., etc., etc. All of that stuff is just excuses. The real reason that I need to stop this series is because this series has acted almost as like a bit of carbon copy paper for my own life. You guys are probably, some of you guys are probably too young to know what carbon copy paper is. Let me try and I don't know, try a different analogy. I suppose this series has kind of been like a copy of what was going on in my life. Everything that happened to me during the last 5 years that I recorded this series was imprinted into this series. You know, when I go back and watch episodes, for example, from season 3, when my life really took a turn for the worse, I can hear it in my voice. I can hear the pain. It transports me back to a very dark time when I watch those episodes. Because remember, I was recording and making videos in a you know, with all of this other stuff in my brain. So everything that was in my brain was also being imprinted into the series at the same time, right? I mean, when I record videos, I don't become a different person. I'm still just the RENDOG'S, you know? I don't become a different human. I'm still the same guy with still feeling the same things, and all of those feelings and all of that pain and all of that happiness and all of that joy, all of those emotions that were going through me at that time were imprinted into the series and imprinted into this episode. This is Silkworm Gang Island, by the way. What we built in season 3 of the survival series. Really, really cool place. An analogy that I'd like to make that'll make, I guess, make this all make a little bit more sense is something that kind of made me realize this. Okay, let me just get a sip of my beverage over here. Coffee straight to the butt, baby. That's what I'm talking about. The other day I was listening to a piece of music by an artist called Jose Gonzalez. And I believe that those of you guys who are sort of older to the series or have been with me for a very long time, you guys will recall a song called Broken Arrows by an artist called Jose Gonzalez. And I hadn't listened to this song for very, very many years. This song at the time had a lot of meaning for me. And it broke my heart, man. It's one of the very few songs in this world that when I hear it, I just break down. I just totally break down, even to this day. I'm sure you guys have songs like that do that to you too. But this particular song just takes me out whenever I hear it. And it's because it was a song that was a huge part of the time of my life that wasn't great. And I was listening to music, and I had the playlist on shuffle. I had all of my music collection on shuffle, and this song came on, and my heart just filled up. And I mean, you know, ladies, don't judge me, man, but I cried like a baby. I just broke down because all of the memories, all of the anguish and all of the stuff that happened to me during that time came rushing back to me as I listened to that song. And it was really, really hard for me to listen to it. But it did make me realize something. It made me realize that this series is basically like one of those songs. I mean, I'm sure all of you have the same experience, whether it's music or a movie or a book or whatever. It's something that triggers, memories for you from the past that are maybe really painful to deal with. And in exactly the same way that Broken Arrows brings me to a very sad place in my heart, I realize that this series does that to me too. And that all of those excuses that I've been making to not play on this world, they were all just a way for me to subconsciously stop myself playing this series and going back to a darker time in my life. Now, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love that song. It's one of my favorite songs in the entire world. It is so beautiful, so poignant. It's only a minute and 30 seconds long or something. It's a really short song, but there is so much in that song. It's a true work of art. And I will always love that song. But you know what? I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to listen to it out of choice. Because when I listen to it, it's like a shot to the heart, man. And this series isn't quite as dramatic, of course, as that, because this series also brings me a lot of joy. Whenever I'm in this world, I have a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. Because, of course, it wasn't just sadness in my life when I was recording this series. In fact, for the majority of this series, my life was amazing. It was just for a year or so that things weren't too good, you know. But it's easy for, you know, for a year out of 5 to sort of corrupt a really happy sort of palette, I suppose, if that makes any sense. But, you know, looking over this world and seeing all of this, it brings me a lot of joy. It brings me a lot of happiness. I remember working on all of this stuff, working on these builds, having so much fun, watching my YouTube channel grow, realizing that there might be a future for me that wasn't sitting in a desk working for another human being, that there was a potential for me to actually produce art that people would love, something that I always wanted to do. I wanted to be a creator. I wanted to be a producer. I wanted to be a musician. I wanted to make something. I wanted to write. I wanted to produce entertainment. I wanted people to enjoy what I produced, and it was a dream I always had. And this series showed me a very small glimpse into a future that could exist for me here on YouTube, and a future which manifested itself quite unbelievably, I might add. To this day, I can't believe that I can actually call myself a YouTuber. It's completely crazy. But like I said, at the same time, whenever I play the series or think about it, I think at a subconscious level, there's something in me saying, no, Ren, don't go there. Don't open that door again. It's taken you 3 years to close that door and to move on and to become a really happy and fulfilled person. Don't go backwards. Don't open the door into the past. And unfortunately, guys, that's what this series is for me. It is a door into the past. And just like Broken Arrows, I will always love this series with all of my heart. I will always love it. I will always think about it and love it. Diablo, you escaped. You sneaky little freaking chicken. But even though I love it, at the same time, I don't want to play on it anymore, guys. It's too difficult for me on a personal level to play on this world anymore. And for that reason, I think that it's time to say goodbye. All of the other reasons are just excuses. But this reason is very real and very important to me. Now, I know that this is going to be really hard for a lot of you guys to hear, because I know that this series got a lot of you guys out there through some very difficult times also. And that's one of the things that I'm most proud of about the series, is that I actually managed to help some of you guys out there who were struggling and were suffering through your own stuff in your life. I actually, just through playing Minecraft, managed to actually help some of you guys. And for me, that is just unbelievably special. And that's something that I will always hold dear to my heart. But, one of the realities that we have to face in life, and this is something that I've learned as I've gotten older, is that things always change. Always, guys. Nothing stays the same. And just in the same way that I am going to put this series behind me for the good, I want you guys out there to do the same. You guys who were invested in the series, who are going to be really sad to see it go. I don't want you guys to see this as the end of something, but I want to see you guys see it as the beginning. We are going to close the door to the past, and we're going to open the door to an amazing future. And sometimes to do that, you've got to do really difficult things. And stopping the series is going to be one of the most difficult things that I've ever done. Now, I hope that makes sense. I feel like I've just been rambling on for God knows how long now. But I think I've got everything out that I wanted to talk about. And I would really appreciate it, guys. For those of you guys who've been watching this series from the very beginning, if you guys could just leave me a comment on this episode. I'm going to try and reply to every single comment on this episode. And I want to end this series on a really positive note. I don't want to end this series sad. I don't want to feel like what we're doing here is a mistake or is damaging, you know, to you guys or to me, right? I want us to really, you know, end the series on a really positive note and appreciate what this series was, what it did not only for me, but for you guys out there too. So if you have any stories that you want to tell me, guys, about this series or about your own life or about your experiences over the last couple of years, hit me up in the comments, man. And I'll try and reply to as many of you guys as possible. So, that's the news. This is the last episode of this amazing series. And I want to share some more news with you guys. Because even though this is the end of this particular series, I want you guys to know that this is not the end of Minecraft Survival on the Rendog channel. This is actually the beginning. We're going to be starting a brand new Minecraft Survival series, guys. You and me, we're going to start again. We are going to start in a fresh world, Minecraft 1.12. And we are going to be starting from a brand new place in our lives. A much more positive place in our lives. A much more, you know, joyous place, so to speak. And I am ridiculously excited about getting going. I should have started a brand new survival series ages ago, but this has been a very important episode for me to make for you guys. And I've been thinking about it for a very long time, and I've been trying to get the courage. I've been trying to build up the courage to actually, you know, hit the record button and do this, because it's kind of like jumping off a cliff, I suppose. Once this episode goes out, that's it. The series is over. But we are going to be starting a brand new series of Minecraft freaking survival right here on the Rendog channel, guys. And I would love for all of you guys to come with me on that particular journey. It's going to be a brand new adventure, a brand new escape, a brand new freaking experience that we're going to go through together. And we'll be able to put this beautiful world into the history books and always think of it fondly and always think back to it with fond memories instead of with sadness. And that's all that I want for this series. And I really cannot wait to start playing again, guys. Oh man, it is going to be so sweet. And that's Granny Dog's Monument done, guys. Completed. Finally. After 8,000 plus hours of playing Minecraft, we finally managed to fix Granny Dog's Monument. Or finish it, rather. And it looks absolutely amazing. Well, CyberDogs, as the sun sets for the final time over Mole City in this series, I just want to take a moment to thank you all for the amazing amount of love and support you have given me over the last 5 years. Without you guys, I would not be the person that I am today. Thank you so much for all of the support in this series, for all of the love that you have shown me, and for always being there, despite what is going on in my own life. You guys are always there, and I will forever be grateful. No words could ever explain how grateful I am to you guys for changing my life, for fixing me, and for making me into the person that I am today. It's been an absolute pleasure producing this series for you guys, and I can't wait to see you in the next series of Minecraft Survival. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. RENDOG'S signing out for the last time. Goodbye. Guys, we've got to move on to the next video. This has been RENDOG in Let's Play Minecraft. If you like the video, give me a like, and of course, if you have something to tell me in the comment section below, and we will see you in the next video, peeps. Goodbye.